If you ever found yourself scrolling through financial news or social media and seeing people call Bitcoin the best money ever created or the ultimate form of currency, you've likely wondered if they're just caught up in a speculative craze. Today, I want to cut through the noise and break it down in simple, logical terms. By the end of this video, you won't just see Bitcoin as another investment. You will understand why many argue that it is, in fact, the most superior form of money humanity has ever had. To truly grasp the genius of Bitcoin, we need to begin with a fundamental question that most people never stop to consider. What makes something good money in the first place? For thousands of years, humans used all kinds of things as a medium of exchange. Early civilizations used shells, stones, or salt. Later, we moved on to precious metals like silver and gold. And in recent history, we've relied on paper notes backed by governments. And today, for most of us, money is little more than a number on a screen, a digital entry in a bank's database. But for any of these to work well as a currency, they had to possess a few key qualities. The very best money is that which excels at them all. First, there's scarcity. It can't be easily created or duplicated. If a currency can be produced infinitely, its value will inevitably decline. Secondly, there's durability. It must last over time without degrading, rotting, or wearing out. Then there's portability. It should be easy to carry, transfer, and transport, even in large amounts, across long distances. Another thing is divisibility. You must be able to easily split it into smaller units for everyday use, from a single loaf of bread to a large purchase. Another thing is fungibility. Every unit must be identical to every other unit, so one coin or bill is worth the exact same as another of the same denomination. Verifiability. People need to be able to easily and cheaply prove that it's real and not counterfeit. And lastly, acceptability. A wide range of people and merchants must agree to use and accept it as a medium of exchange. For the purpose of this discussion, we'll see how Bitcoin stacks up against these classic characteristics and why in many cases it doesn't just meet the criteria, it revolutionizes them. The first thing is scarcity, Bitcoin's hard cap. This is where Bitcoin's superiority truly begins. Unlike fiat money, the dollars, euros, or any other fiat currency you know, printed by governments, Bitcoin has a strict, unchangeable, and mathematically enforced supply. 21 million coins ever. No more, no less. Central banks can and have printed trillions of dollars at will. As they increase the supply of money, the value of each individual dollar decreases. This phenomenon is what we call inflation. It's a slow, invisible tax on your savings and your purchasing power. Over the last century, the US dollar has lost over 95% of its purchasing power. What cost a dollar in 1913 costs over $30 today. That isn't because goods are inherently more expensive, it's because the money itself has become devalued. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is mathematically programmed to be scarce. Its creation rate is predictable and it gets cut in half approximately every 4 years in an event known as the halving. This makes it more similar to gold, except it's even better. While nobody knows exactly how much gold exists underground, we know the exact and final supply of Bitcoin. The absolute, provable scarcity makes Bitcoin not just money, but what some economists call hard money. It's designed to appreciate in value over the long term against an ever-expanding supply of fiat currencies. The second thing is durability. It's better than gold or cash. Think about the money we use every day. Paper money wears out, tears, and can be destroyed by fire or water. Coins can rust or get lost. Even gold, the traditional store of value, can be melted, stolen, or physically damaged. It requires physical security in a vault or a safe. Bitcoin, by contrast, exists digitally on a global, decentralized ledger. As long as the internet and electricity exist, Bitcoin exists. It's not a physical object that can be destroyed, corroded, or counterfeited. Your Bitcoin doesn't degrade over time. It will always remain one Bitcoin. Its data is replicated on thousands of computers worldwide, making it impossible to destroy in a single attack. You can't burn it, flood it, or melt it. This makes Bitcoin arguably the most durable form of currency ever invented. Number 3 is portability and the ability to move money across the world instantly. Think about the immense challenge of carrying $1 million in cash. It's dangerous, bulky, and impossible to move across borders without raising suspicion. $1 million in gold would weigh nearly 60 pounds, requiring an armored truck to move. Bank wire transfers, while digital, are slow, expensive, and can be frozen or blocked by banks and governments. With Bitcoin, you can carry the equivalent of millions or even billions of dollars in your head by memorizing a simple 12-word recovery phrase. You can send Bitcoin anywhere in the world at any time to anyone without asking a single person for permission. All you need is a phone and an internet connection. This level of portability is unmatched by any form of money we have ever created. It's a superpower for global commerce, for people escaping persecution, or for anyone who simply wants to control their own wealth. Number 4 is divisibility, from all coins to tiny fractions. This is another unique advantage of Bitcoin. While a single Bitcoin may be worth over $100,000, it can be divided down to 100 millionth of a coin. This smallest unit is called a Satoshi, or SAT for short. This means you can use the same system to buy a coffee with a few thousand Satoshis, to buy for a car with a fraction of a Bitcoin, or to transfer millions of dollars in a large transaction. Compare that to gold, where you can't exactly shave off a few atoms to pay for groceries or paper money, which usually doesn't handle micropayments well. This extreme divisibility makes Bitcoin a flexible form of money that works for both small everyday purchases and large international settlements. Number 5, fungibility and verifiability. Bitcoin is designed so every unit is the same as any other. One Bitcoin is always equal to one Bitcoin, regardless of its transaction history. This makes it a perfectly fungible asset, and every transaction is publicly verifiable on the blockchain. Unlike physical cash, which can be counterfeit and requires expensive machines to verify, or gold, which requires a professional appraiser to test its purity, Bitcoin can be instantly verified by anyone running a Bitcoin node. The public blockchain acts as an open, transparent ledger that anyone can audit at any time. This means trust doesn't come from governments, banks, or middlemen. It comes from math and cryptography. Number 6. Bitcoin is decentralized. Perhaps the single most powerful reason why Bitcoin is the best currency is its decentralization. No single person, company, or government controls Bitcoin. It's run by a network of thousands of computers all over the world, all following the same open rules. This makes it censorship resistant. No government can freeze your Bitcoin or block you from sending it. Compare that to a bank account which can be shut down with a phone call or a court order. For a political dissident or a journalist living under an authoritarian regime, this is not a theoretical benefit, it is a matter of survival. And it has no single point of failure. If one country or region's internet goes down, the rest of the network continues to operate. There is no single server to hack, no central authority to pressure. It is a truly resilient and anti-fragile system. Number 7, global and borderless. Bitcoin doesn't care about your nationality, your passport, or your local laws. It works the same in the US, Europe, Nigeria, Argentina, everywhere. It transcends national borders and works as a single, unified financial network for all of humanity. In countries with broken currencies and unstable economies like Venezuela, Lebanon, or Turkey, people already rely on Bitcoin as a lifeline against hyperinflation and corruption. It provides a way to preserve their life savings from a government that is devaluing its currency at an alarming rate. It is truly global money. Number 8, Bitcoin against gold. While people often compare gold and Bitcoin, especially as stores of value, Bitcoin improves upon gold's properties in several key ways. First, in storage. Storing physical gold can be difficult and expensive. It requires a physical vault, a safe, or a secure deposit box at a bank. These options often come with annual storage fees, which can range from a percentage of the gold's value to flat fees. On the other hand, Bitcoin is entirely digital. It can be stored in a simple, inexpensive hardware wallet or even in your mind by memorizing a 12 or 24 word recovery phrase. And then with divisibility, gold is a physical metal that is not easily divided. While it can be melted down, it's not practical to shave off a few atoms to pay for small purchases. Bitcoin, in contrast, is perfectly divisible. A single Bitcoin can be broken down into 100 million smaller units called Satoshis, as we said, making it a flexible currency for transaction of any size. With the transport, moving large amounts of gold is a major logistical and security challenge. It's expensive and risky, often requiring armored transport and significant insurance. Bitcoin is far more portable. You can transfer billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin instantly to anyone, anywhere in the world, with just a few clicks and an internet connection. Another thing is that verifying gold can be complex. It may require expensive equipment or the services of a professional to test its purity. In contrast, Bitcoin's authenticity is guaranteed by its public blockchain. Every transaction is transparent and verifiable by anyone, so you don't need a middleman or a costly test to prove it's real. And finally, with scarcity, while both are considered scarce, Bitcoin scarcity is provably absolute, with a hard cap of 21 million coins. Gold supply is not fixed. New gold can always be discovered and mined, which adds to the total supply over time. This makes Bitcoin scarcity superior from a monetary perspective. The last point is the network effect. Finally, Bitcoin has something powerful that is accelerating its adoption. A growing network effect, just like social network, becomes more valuable with each new user. Bitcoin's value as money increases with every new individual, business, and institution that adopts it. Every year, more payment systems integrate it, more people trust it, and more developers build on top of it. This snowball effect makes Bitcoin stronger and more secure the longer it exists, and at this point, its momentum is nearly unstoppable. So why is Bitcoin the best form of currency ever created? Because it combines a unique set of properties: scarcity, durability, portability, divisibility, verifiability, decentralization, and global reach, all into one cohesive system. It solves the weaknesses of traditional fiat money and gold, while introducing new strengths that humanity has never had before. Bitcoin is not just an investment or a speculative asset. It's the foundation of a new kind of financial system, one that doesn't rely on the whims of governments, the policies of central banks, or the trust we place in middlemen, but on mathematics, cryptography, and a trustless, transparent system for the entire world. And whether you own a whole coin or just a few satoshis, you're participating in the greatest monetary revolution in human history. Of course, none of what I'm saying in this video is financial advice, and it's all just my opinions. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos about Bitcoin. Thank you for watching, and I'ma see you in the next one.